So when you're setting up forms in React, it can often be a lot of hassle just to get a basic form up and running. So for example, if you have a form like this, not only do you need to set up the inputs and the form, but you also need to manage the state. So we save all of these values to state. You gotta set up validation. So we gotta tell the user if they put in the wrong format for their email address. You got to handle errors, so you got to actually display an error right here to your users so they know what's wrong. You got to handle submission and a whole bunch of other things that comes with setting up a form in React. So what React hook form does is basically just makes everything easier for you by setting that all up. You don't have to set that all up manually. You can just use this form library right here. So I use this for almost all of my projects right now. It's pretty easy to set up. And there are a lot of other form libraries in React, but honestly, React hook form is probably my favorite right now for a few reasons. Just going down the page, you can see that, first of all, you need to write less code than other form libraries. So just that is saving you some time right there. Rather than typing out all this, you just get this. And it's faster. So it's faster to initially load, and React hook forms uses uncontrolled inputs instead of controlled inputs. So if you know anything about React, usually you have to update the component every single time you type something in when it's controlled. So every time I type something in here, it's updating the state. But with React hook form, it really only updates it whenever you push submit. So you're saving a little bit of performance there. And honestly, it's just fun to set up, so that's why I use it pretty much. But instead of talking about how great it is, let me show you how to use it. So what you need to do is just install React hook form with npm install react-hook-form. And I already have that set up here, so I'm going to take you to this little example I have here. Let me grab the code for this. Okay, now right off the bat, I just have this basic form right here. It's not going to do anything. So I have to actually set this all up with React hook forms. So what you want to do is import useForm, the useForm hook from React hook form. And so the only two functions that you need from this library to start off is the register function and the handle submit. So we're gonna grab those from useForm. And then with that, we can set up our form right here. Okay, so in order to get the value from each of these inputs, React hook forms uses refs. So you want to put the ref right here, and inside the ref you want to put register. So we're using this register function right here, and basically that just allows the library to get the value from here. So what you want to do is you want to add these to each of these form fields. And in order to submit all these values, all you want to do is put an onSubmit function here, and then use handle submit. And so what handle submit will do is it'll grab all these values right here and pass it to whatever function you want. So let's create a new function called onSubmit, and then declare this function up here. So let's say constant onSubmit is equal to a function, and we're going to grab all the values in here, and let's just print these to console right now. So in an actual application, you'll probably be putting this to your database or something. We don't have a database, so we're just going to put it in the console. Values, and let's see how well this works right here. So that's basically all you need to do to get set up with React hook forms. So we can put anything here, anything in the password, and anything for the location name. Push sign up. Here it's supposed to be an email. Sign up, and it printed all those to the console. So we have email, password anything, location anything. And all you need to do is just have a button with the type of submit down here, and once you click that, it'll submit the form. So that's basically all you need to get it set up with React hook forms. But we have some big problems here, like we don't actually have a correct email address here. Like none of these are required. So we could just submit this without the location name. Maybe we wanted that to be required, so we just get a blank entry right here. So what you want to do next with your form is just add a little validation to it. So the most basic way to do that is take this register function, and we want to pass in an object with all the validation inside. So inside this register component, we can say required is true, and now this will be required. And you can add other values in here as well. So for the email, we want it to be required, but we also want it to be like a valid email. Like, you can't just type anything in there. So first off, we want to make required true, and then as well as that, we want to make it follow a certain pattern. So with pattern, you can pass in a regular expression. So I'm just going to copy and paste this because no way I'm going to remember this. So basically, this regular expression will just confirm that it's a correct email. And finally, we want to make the password required. So required is true, and we want to give this a minimum length. So let's say you have to have 6 characters in your password, otherwise it's a bit too insecure. So you can put min length is 6. And if you want like a full list of all these different validation options that you can put in, they have like a full list over here in the API documentation. So you can put required, max length, max min for a number, regular expression, and a custom function. So you have a lot of flexibility with that, but for this we're just going to use these. And so now if we go back to our form right here, you'll see that we actually need to fill all these in correctly. So let's say I put in an email that doesn't work, a password that isn't long enough, and just leave that blank. And so whenever we click sign up, nothing's really happening. So it's not going to actually call this handle submit function until all of the fields are validated correctly. So if I put these in here, fix all these, and then click sign up, now we're getting the results. So the form is able to submit. So that works from our end, but we're not really sending any errors to the user. So whenever they click sign up and nothing's happening, they don't really know what's happening. So in addition to these, we want to pass along the errors to the user. So that's also pretty easy to do with React Hook forms. So whenever you submit a form and it has errors, it'll basically give you an errors object with all the different errors that we have. So just for an example, what we can do here is grab the errors object. So it's going to be errors and then the name of the field. So errors.email, and let's say if we have errors.email, then let's print out a span that says error in email. Okay, so let's test this out. Test. And then it's going to say error in email right here whenever you submit it. Okay, that's good, but we want to have like 2 different errors. Like one error if they haven't put in the email at all, and 1 error if the format is incorrect. So what you can do is inside here you can pass in like a message that you want it to display whenever the error is found. So instead of required true, we can put in email is required, and then with this pattern we want to, instead of just making this the regular expression, we can say the value, we can pass in an object for this pattern and say the value is this regular expression, and then the message is going to be invalid email address if there's an error. Okay, so instead of this span right here, let's say if there is an error with the emails, then we want to get the message from it. So that's contained in errors.email.message. Okay, so let's fill these in. And if we don't have an email, then it's going to say email is required. If we put in an email but it's not the correct format, then it's going to say invalid email address. So that's pretty useful. So let's go through and fix all of these. and add the errors to these. So required true, change that to password is required, and then change this minimum length to value is 6. So minimum length is 6, and then the message is going to be password must be at least 6 characters. And then if you only have one validation right here, then you don't really need the message right here. What you can do instead is you can just say errors dot location, and let's say, so if we have any kind of errors, then we already know what kind it is. We already know it's a required error because that's the only validation we have set up here. So we're just going to put the error in right here. Span, and then location name is required. Okay, and then let's do the same with this password. I forgot the error right here. Errors.password. If we have that, then display the errors.password.message. Okay, and so now all the users are going to get the correct error. So email is required, password is required, location name is required, and it'll update that as we put in these. Okay, so password must be at least 6 characters. That's good. Location name. And now it allows us to submit the form. So that's basically all there is to React Hook forms. So it's really easy to get set up with this and just get a form set up really quickly. So that's why I like it. Like, if you did this all by hand, this would take a lot longer, obviously. Now, the only thing I don't like about how React Hook Forms does it out of the box is it only sends you the errors. It only shows the user the errors once you actually push the sign up button, once you actually push the submit button. So if you want to change this so it gives you kind of like live updates after you finish each field, like if we didn't want to wait all the way until we submitted the form, what we can do is take this use form and we can pass some options in here. So one option is mode. So the default is, I forget. So the default is on submit, but we can change that to on blur. So basically whenever, let's make that a string. So basically whenever the field gets blurred, or like they exit off of this specific input, it loses focus, then it's going to tell them instead of waiting for the submit. So let's say put in a wrong email address and it'll update us right away. So personally, I like it that way a little bit better. And you can pass on a whole bunch of different options here. So I'm just reading off the API document right here. But you can pass in all these different options. And that's another thing I like about React Hook Forms. There's just a lot of options and things that you can extend it with. So it can fit pretty much any use case that you have. So that's everything that you need to know to get started with the basics of React Hook Forms. So if you liked the video, leave it a like, subscribe. That would be nice. And let me know if you have any questions down below. All right, see ya.